Hey guys, it's ARIBA and I'm back. Today I have another half up boho hairstyle for you. I'm going to leave the link for how I created this texture in the description below. To get started, we're going to create a center part nice and straight all the way back to the crown, and then right next to the center part we're going to create a very thin part and we're going to clip it underneath. And then the same exact thing on the other side of the part, a very thin part, and clip this side away as well. And we're going to create an accent braid for the parting here. And to start, we're going to split the hair into 3 equal sections and we're going to start cornrows. To start the cornrow, we're going to take the left under the center, right under the center, left under the center with a new piece of hair, right under the center with a new piece of hair, left under the center with a new piece of hair, right under the center with a new piece of hair. And we're going to continue this pattern until we get all the way back. And I'm going to continue this cornrow until I get to the curve of my head, and then I'm going to stop. I'm not too concerned about the part being perfect back here because once I fan open the other 2 braids that I create, this parting will be hidden back here. If you can't create a cornrow, you can also just create a simple twist. And once you get to the curve of the head, you can go ahead and tie it with an elastic band, and now we're going to start our crown braid. I always like to start my braids using a small triangle parting because I like the way that the hair falls around my face once I create a triangle. So I'm going to take a small triangle parting and split it into 3 equal sections and start to do a Dutch braid. So left under the center with a new piece of hair, right under the center with a new piece of hair. Left under the center with a new piece of hair, right under the center with a new piece of hair. I've done a previous tutorial on Dutch braids and cornrows, and I'm going to leave it in my description below so that you can have a little bit more in-depth tutorial on how to create these braids. And we're going to continue braiding until we get to our previous braid that we created. And we're going to attach this braid to the previous braid, and I'm going to wrap a clear elastic band right on top of the previous elastic band. And now I'm going to pancake the braid open by pinching each stitch on the outside and very carefully fanning it open. And you want to try and get it as big as you can, and as you can see, the partings are completely hidden once the braid is completely fanned out, so you don't really have to worry about your parting being too perfect. And now we're going to create the same exact braid on the other side. So a small triangle section split into 3 smaller sections, left under the center, right under the center, left under the center with a new piece of hair, right under the center with a new piece of hair. As you can see, I'm carving out the section as I braid, but you can also create the parting prior to braiding. But like I said, I'm going to be fanning the braid open pretty big, so the parting is going to be hidden, so I'm not too concerned about it. And we're going to continue braiding until we get to the back of the section where we meet our previous 2 braids, and we're going to combine all 3 braids in the same exact spot using a clear elastic band. And once again, I'm going to go back into the braid and fan open each stitch as big as possible. And I'm going to set the braid into place using Forceful 23 from Redken, which is a stronghold hairspray. To hide the elastic bands, I'm going to take a small piece of hair from this half-up ponytail, and I'm going to wrap it around the rubber band, and then I'm going to set it into place using a generous amount of hairspray. And now I'm going to create a couple of accent braids, and I'm taking a small 2-inch wide section roughly above my ear, and I'm splitting it into 3 uneven sections. So I have 2 larger sections and 1 really tiny section, and I'm going to do a simple 3-strand braid. Left under the center, right under the center, left under the center, right under the center until the entire section is braided. And then I'm going to go back in and I'm only going to fan open the 2 larger sections. So the smaller section is not going to be pancaked at all. So as you can see, it starts to create this really pretty S-shaped pattern. I'm very gently pinching just the larger sections and fanning them open. So pretty. It looks so complicated, but it's honestly just a 3-strand braid. And so you're gonna set it into place using some hairspray, and then a couple of inches down from our ponytail that we created, we're going to attach this braid onto that ponytail. And then we're going to create the same exact braid on the other side. So 1 tiny section and 2 larger sections, and a simple 3-strand braid left under the center, right under the center, until you get to the bottom of the section. And once again, I'm going to go back into the braid and fan open the 2 larger sections, and we're going to skip the 1 smaller section. And then you should have something that looks like this. Set it into place using some stronghold hairspray, and then we're going to take this final braid back and attach it to our previous braid in the same exact spot, 2 inches down from our first braids. And then I'm going to take a small piece of hair from this ponytail and cover the elastic and set it into place using a generous amount of stronghold hairspray. And now I'm just going to go back in and touch up my curls. I'm not going to go in depth with this tutorial because I've done it several times on my previous tutorials, so I'll leave the link for how I do these curls in the description below. But I'm basically just alternating the curls forward and backward using a 32mm wand. And then I'm just going back into each curl and twisting it and teasing it upwards using my fingers to expand the curls, because a lot of my hair is braided and pinned away. So the hair that's left behind is looking really sparse. So this will help like almost double it in size and make it look a lot fuller. And that's it, a half-up boho hairstyle using a combination of 3 braids, a cornrow, a Dutch crown braid, and an uneven 3-strand braid. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment below letting me know what you think of this hairstyle, and I'll see you guys next week. And if you aren't already, be sure to follow my Facebook page, Instagram, and my blog, millennialmama.ca, for more hair inspiration. Don't forget to subscribe.